Guys, this is Sunny. A little tired right now, but I'm gonna make this video lesson. I'm trying to be quick on it. I'm doing this new thing where I screenshot um, I don't even know if it's gonna do it. Where I screenshot these this is all paper trading, by the way, but screenshot these charts so I can show you where I entered and exit. But vvos, this is vvos, and it's Vanessa had texted me about vvos, but I didn't respond to her until later. She said she was watching vvos early in the morning, watching it spike. I did not reply to her until later because I was just like all over the place this morning, and I turned off my phone because I didn't want to speak to nobody. But basically, this stock was spiked up pre-market. The news, I'm not sure what it was. I don't even know if they had any news. Man, I'm a little tired, so I'm kind of like off of it right now, but I'm gonna get through this video lesson. I should have done this before, but literally I'm just like, I was just finished studying 2 webinars and a video lesson that was like a little bit too long for me to really pay attention to. And then right when I was about to like say, all right, I'm going to bed, I remember I had to do this video lesson, so I'm gonna do this shit real quick. So don't really see any news, but it was a low flow. I'm trying to make this video lesson short as hell. Get straight to the point instead of all this talking. This page will load fast enough. I will be able to do better. So here was a flow, just 18 to 25 mil. We'll call it 26 mil. But it was moving pretty nicely. I didn't watch it until like, I literally woke up around like, I woke up at 7, but I didn't literally like, when I wake up and I didn't get enough sleep, my body just doesn't want to function. But until I force it to. But 8:30 to 9, that's when I really started looking at the markets. Just on 1 minute. So I told myself, I thought I traded this early in morning, but pre-market, I thought I traded pre-market today. I guess I didn't. But this was my trade. Oh, I did trade pre-market, but like closer to like market open. So after like it had already did its thing here, I thought because it was down off its high so much, I thought it would spike straight out of the morning, and I made sure I used appropriate size. Excuse me, and I'm glad that I did because it ended up not spiking. I went in with like 5K shares. I mean 5K dollar amount, and then I added another $2,000 worth of shares. I don't know if it'll show you here, but I traded this stock before. I don't know when I traded this shit. It doesn't even have the time frame in it. I don't know. I don't know how it's filtered in order, but yeah, I bought something. I'll just go by one trade. Say fuck it. But I did like $7,000 roughly in total. Thought it would at market open. I think it was just dry. Like I think this stock. Yeah, I think the shares was just like not even fucking moving. The stock was not even fucking moving like that. It was just dead. I think. Or was it this stock? It was one of these stocks that was just fucking dead. See, I did trade pre-market. I knew it. Let me get back to this one though. I think it was just fucking dead. Um, and it wasn't doing shit. I gotta go to the 5 minute. I didn't even click 5 minutes. And it was just fucking dead at market open. And um, after that, it perked up, came right back down, and I'm like, this is confusing. It's not going my way. And I try to give it a bit more time than I was wanted to, and when it just wasn't going my way, and I'm like, I'm losing here. I cut and I lost like $800 and something dollars, and I was like, that was more than I wanted to lose. Plus, it didn't go my way, and I gave it more time. So I was a bit upset, but you know, it's trading, you can't really do much. So I hit my market order to get out because after studying from Wolf and him talking about how to just cut losses, hit that fucking market order. He says, I've heard Steven Ducks do the same thing. That's how he cuts. Um, he said Sykes does it. He teaches, you know, limit orders, but he actually does hotkeys and market orders where he'll mark it out of order if it's not going his way. That's the easiest and best way. It's the amount of money you lose extra because you hit a market order is not compared to the amount of money you make. But he teaches to not trade market orders, but he ends up doing it, which is a little bit weird. But then I saw after I got out, I kind of had more of a clear mind. So I kept watching it. 9:45. So it was at 9:45. It perked up a little bit, pulled back. I said, okay, let me get in here. And then as soon as I got in, it started uptrending. I think I was up, I don't know, a couple $100. A good damn near like $200 away from what I lost. So roughly $600. It pulled back. I was damn near break even. I gave it some more time. I didn't really like this trend. It perked back up, kept pushing, and I sold right here, and I was up like, I don't know. I think I was up like $900. So I ended up making back that 800 something that I lost. The $800 I lost here roughly. It was a bit more than 800. I ended up making it back right here and more. I thought I traded this more. I'm sure I traded this more within the day. Though I can't remember my trades. I'm so tired. I should have recorded this when I first had a chance. But I'm tired, honestly. But that was vvos. One of these stocks I ended up making money and then giving it back. I guess I just made $150 extra. Now I'm starting to remember. I made $150 extra. Wasn't much, but I remember trading this stock here, BURU, and pre-market. I saw it perking up. Why does this keep going to the 1 minute? It's so annoying. 5 minutes. Alright, so it started perking up pre-market. I don't remember the news. I don't even know if I checked. I can't remember shit about this stock. My mind is just tired. I'm thinking about sleeping in tomorrow, but I got a meeting in the morning. Some church meeting. I want to go, but then again, I'm like fucking tired, and these people talk a lot, and it's cold. But I don't mind going. I just fucking mentally drained from so much studying. So it was perking up. That's the flow. I probably looked at the flow. I don't remember, but most likely when I see a price action and I see how it's moving, I can tell whether it's a low flow or not, or whether I like the trade or not. But I got in. I I got in at $1.07. It got out at 125. Um, $1.07, 125. I knew that this was gonna. And I'm starting to remember it too now. I knew this was gonna go my way. But I kind of chased it a little bit. I'm gonna be. I ain't gonna lie. Um, I was trying to play a dip, and I played it, but I played the dip a little bit too like high because it dipped from 113, and I got I got in at what? What was the dollar amount? $1.07, but I put my order in at $1.09. Um, because it was moving like a low flow, I didn't think it was gonna pull back so much, but it did. It pulled back to 87, and I was down like a substantial amount. Let's do the math real quick. 87, so that's what? That's 20 cents per share. Times what? I don't even know how many shares I went in with. I went in with 6,000 shares. So 6,000 shares. I was down $1,200, which was way more than what I wanted to be. And $6,000 shares times 0.107. I went in with about $6,400, and I was down such a substantial amount. That was about 15% loss. I was down on this trade, and I didn't like that. And I'm like, okay, but this I was gonna cut and just take my L. But I'm like, yo, this is a low flow. It's moving like a low flow. It's moving fast. And it's not up that much. Be patient with it. And I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'll be patient. And I'm gonna be patient. But if it cut, I was like looking at somewhere. I'm like looking at just arbitrary risk level. But I'm like, if it just keeps going down, I'm just gonna cut at some point. I fucked up, but I'm learning to be more disciplined in trading small. And it started perking up, and I ended up making $767 on it. I knew I could have made more, but because I was down so much here, it made me uncomfortable in this trade, which forced me to take gains sooner. I'm going to be honest. I was planning on getting out at like 113. As soon as it broke this high, I was literally gonna be like, man, I'm gonna get out on the first spike. And when it hit 120, I was like, man, I'll get out at 113 or 120. And I began entering my order, and then I'm like, I hit 120 already. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put 125. But literally, I knew it was gonna go higher than that. I was like, I don't care, bro. Like, this shit's not moving the way I want, or I'm not gonna invest in a stock that's not moving the way I want. I'm just gonna get out. And that's how you're supposed to trade. And it kept spiking. It went from $1 to $2.15. Kept spiking, and I didn't play it for the whole day until here. I tried to give the stocks multiple chances to like really go my way. So after fading all day, it started perking up, and it was a better perk than all these perks. So when it started perking up here, it was more extended, more gradual. Pulled back, and it kept perking up some more. So I was like, okay, this is going to do an ABCD. And I was like, shit, my risk is fucking wide. My risk is 84% lower day, roughly 84%. And I'm getting in at like 90 something. What stock is this? I'm getting in at 95 cent. Not really where I wanted to go in. I'm risking more than 10 cent. Damn near 10%. More than 10% if anything. Excuse me. And I went in full size of not in my account, but what I'm allowed to trade with. And that's probably going to be almost every trade because I'm trading with like a limit of 5K. But I allow myself to go a little bit over 5K sometimes just to like get that experience. But I went in with what? At 95 cents times 560, 500, 5,263 shares. 263 shares times point 0.95. It's like $5,000. So I didn't oversize on this one. Um, that's about $5,000. Had to cut right here. It wasn't going my way. I lost like half my. I was up like almost $1,000 on this trade, or 900, I think. And these two trades, I was up total 1,100 before I got into BRSH, and then I ended up losing like half of my gains. Then I'm like, okay, it looks like it's about to go back up now. Maybe I was just a little too early and got faked out. So I got back in. It started up trending, up trending, up trending, up trending. I made back what I lost plus a little bit more. But I'm like, looking at the range, although they dumped so much, looking at the range, I'm like, man, if I sell here at this point, I'm like, man, this point right here at like $1 and some change. I'm like, man, look at this range. This shit can go to $2. Let me be more patient. And it only went up to $1. It hit $1 and came crashing back down. I was like, what the fuck? It ain't not going my way. I got to cut. So I gave it time. I think I felt like because it was so beat up, maybe I just need to give it time. When a stock is really beat up, chances are slim that it's going to bounce. So, and I'm not trying to give excuses here, but it did this ugly drop right here, and that scared me out. I mean, I'm like, it dropped. I think I lost all my gains, or damn near majority of it, and it perked right back up, started consolidating, and then it hit that $1, and I was like, get the fuck out. But I'm like, I need to give it more time. I can't just get out prematurely. I can, but I don't want to get out prematurely. And then it had this drop here again, and I'm like, okay, it's at my risk. It's at my entry point. I'm using this arbitrary risk here or here. It already broke it, or close to breaking it. It practically broke it, or it's touching it. Then I'm like being patient, and it perked down some more. It pulled back some more, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna get to the point where it hits this point, and I'm already down so much. I said, man, in order for me to stay green on this trade, I'm out to just get the fuck out now. And I hit that market order, hesitating to hit it, and I got out still green on this trade, but it's okay that I gave it a second chance. I guess the lesson in this trade is to just cut better, cut faster. Don't give it so much time. But honestly, believe it or not, this stock had range. It really did, in my opinion. And then in this trade, I don't really need to go too much in details. I didn't even look at the I'm sure I looked at the details, but I didn't really need to, because this was clearly showing like a low float stock. It wasn't doing nothing all day, and they probably released some news. I don't remember, but most likely they really released some news, and it started uptrending, uptrending, uptrending. Why does this keep going to 5 minutes? It's so annoying. Started uptrending, uptrending, uptrending. It unhalted, was consolidating, and I'm watching it. I'm like, the way the price action is moving, I think it has one more leg up. But honestly, this trade wasn't a strategy trade. You could call this an ABCD. I'm getting late into the ABCD, but all I had to tell myself is, hey, you're getting in. You got a wide ass risk. This is not a proper strategy. You're not playing any strategy. You're just riding momentum, which is not a strategy. And I knew that getting in, and I was like, if this doesn't go my way, I immediately got to hit the market order. And if it halts, I'm going to be losing substantially. And it was just random, and I got in, with a small amount. Well, I was tempted to go in with a big amount just to get some big gains and feel cool about myself. But I went in with 727 shares at $6.87. So let's do the math on that, since I don't remember. I went in with less than $5,000, which is my account size that I'll be trading with. since I'm practicing with paper trading. And I got in, and I was tempted to go big and just double down, triple down, quadruple down. Excuse me. But I didn't want to do that. So I got in because I'm practicing. And I got in, and it perked up, and it halted. And I said, okay, I'm up a couple $100. And I said, and I remember Rolling Wolf's voice say, "Hey man," and to these halts, and it's in my notes. And I said it to myself, "Hey man, and these halts don't try to play it like it's gonna um, keep halting up and keep halting up and keep halting up. This stock is already up substantially. You're not playing a strategy. This is not a pattern you're playing. You not only have a pattern to this stock, you're not playing a strategy. You're just riding momentum, and that's not always successful. So it's halted. Hit that motherfucking market order and get the fuck out." And within the first few seconds, all these thoughts flashed in my mind, and I just fucking said, "Yep." Click, click, sell, total amount of shares, market order, click, submit. And I just looked away from the computer like, hey, in 5 minutes to 10 minutes, this shit's gonna be unhalting. I think it did it in 15:33 to 10 minutes. And I'm not removing this fucking market order. I don't care if it holds up or down. I'm getting the fuck out. If it holds down, I'm getting the fuck out. If it holds up, I'm getting out. Ended up holding up, and I ended up making $767. I think that was the same amount of shares I had too, which is funny. Oh, 727. Maybe I did my math wrong on the calculator as well. I don't know. But I made this amount, and I used roughly 5K, and I got out. So all in all, bad trade here. This was just random, just riding momentum, which isn't always bad, but in this case, bad. vvos, I should have been more. Where I can improve at was I should have just been more patient. I could avoid this loss right here if I wasn't trying to play the 945 dip and rip too early. But I had my reasons. It pulled back, and from what I've noticed, I haven't tracked this, but from what I noticed, when a stock pulls back pre-market, typically spikes into the open and then crashes. But in this case, it just did not. And then here, I played the 945 dip and rip, and I was right. So just lesson learned here, be more patient. Right here, play it. But remember, not all 945 dip and rips are gonna give you a nice spike. This one didn't, although it had a big morning spike right here. And then on BURU, wherever I traded it, this was my original strategy, longing these parabolic moves. Sorry, I got a lot of crackheads and all types of shit around my house, so if you pass me by my house, I have to keep looking out the window to see what the fuck is going on. Is there any danger? Is there gonna be shooting or any kind of threat? It's just the life I live. But these are not my bread and butter strategies, but I really enjoy these trades because you can make such large amounts if you can get in early. But they're highly manipulated. Whether it's uptrending or downtrending, it's all manipulated. So just because it's manipulating in your favor doesn't mean it's a good trade. I longed it here, chasing it, pulled back too much. I really thought this was one of those trades where it's just gonna perk it up real quick and then dilute it, and I was gonna lose a lot of money. But thankfully I went in small, not trying to go for a home run, and then I rode it just for a little bit because I got scared out, and that's a lesson learned. So, and lesson learned in this one is, okay, you like these parabolic moves, you like to get into them when they're running up. One thing's for sure: study and learn how to identify these parabolic moves before they perk up, and then buy it like. And maybe this is not a perfect case, but buy it when it's like literally doing nothing the day before, and then you see the news, you see everything coming, and then the day it spikes, you're already in from days before, and then it starts perking up. You can sell near the high for a way more gain. So practice that. You can learn that from Superman. And then the lesson here, right here, is um, cut faster. You weren't wrong for trying to attempt this. Um, you weren't wrong for trying to attempt this possible bounce, but just cut faster. Taking gains here, it's okay. You saw that it had range. You weren't wrong for not taking gains. Just cut faster next time. And then I think that was it. I already spoke about this one, I think. But lesson in this: randomness. Stay the fuck away from randomness. So that's it. Y'all have a great night.